everybody, today I'm going to be making strawberry cream cake. Now if you want to make an orange dreamsicle cake, just substitute the strawberry jello with orange jello and everything else is identically the same. Now I'm going to be using a yellow sugar-free cake mix. You have to use a yellow cake mix, but you could use any kind you want. Follow the directions on the back of the cake mix to make the cake. Mine calls for 3 eggs, 1 cup of water, and 1/3 cup of canola oil. Like I said, follow the instructions on the back of your box to make your cake. You're going to need 2 boxes of strawberry jello or orange jello, whichever one you're making, and it's the one that makes 4 servings. You're going to need 1 box of vanilla instant pudding, the one that makes 4 servings. You're going to need a tub of Cool Whip, 8 ounces, and you're going to need some milk. And you're going to need a 9x13 pan to bake your cake. Okay guys, to your mixer, you add your cake mix. Now, per my box directions, it says 1 cup of water, which I'm going to add. Then it says 1/3 cup of oil, which I'm going to add. Then it says my 3 eggs, which I'm going to add. And I'm going to mix it. And while this is mixing, I'm going to preheat my oven to 325 and get that going. Okay guys, a couple of minutes when your cake is mixing, stop your mixer, drop it down, and scrape your sides down so you get everything incorporated in there. And then lift it back up. And then start it again and mix it for a couple more minutes until everything is incorporated. Okay, give your pan that you're going to bake your cake in a spraying with some PAM or non-stick spray. And then get some flour and put some flour in it and coat the pan and then dump the excess flour out of the pan. That's what your pan should look like when it's done. Okay, when your cake is done being mixed, you take it and then you dump it in your pan and you make sure you even it out. Okay, when it's all evened out, give it a couple bounces on your countertop or the floor, whatever, just to get the air bubbles out. Now, mine, it comes out perfect in 35 minutes, so look at the box and see what yours says and just keep checking it so you don't burn it. Okay guys, while our cake is in baking, we could start on the icing. Now I did forget to mention when I was showing y'all the ingredients that we also need vanilla, 2 teaspoons of that. We're gonna put 1 cup of milk in a bowl, and we're gonna add the strawberry jello or orange jello, whichever cake you're gonna make, and the pudding, and the 2 teaspoons of vanilla. You're gonna add that all into the bowl and mix that up with just a whisk. Okay guys, I added the vanilla pudding, the jello, the milk, and the vanilla, and I whisked it. Now I'm getting a little bit of like little white things. I don't know if you can really see them in there. I'm not really happy with it, so I got my electric hand mixer out and I'm gonna see if I could get them out with it. Okay guys, after I used my electric mixer, I am very happy with the results. Now it's time to fold in the Cool Whip. Okay guys, all I did was dump the Cool Whip container into the mixture, and I just used this spatula and I just kept mixing it back and forth, and I did not use my electric mixer because I didn't want it to deflate the Cool Whip. Now what to do is put some saran wrap over this, put it in the fridge until your cake is all done, and then ice in the cake. Okay, after 35 minutes my cake is done. Now you take it out and you leave it cool, and then we'll go on to the next step. Okay guys, once your cake is cooled, you're gonna use your last box of strawberry jello or your orange jello, whichever one you're gonna use, and you're gonna need 1 cup of cold water and 1 cup of boiling water and mix it together. Okay, while you're waiting for your water to boil for your jello, you have to poke holes in the cake. Now my husband's gonna do that because he's good at poking holes. Now you make sure you poke them like evenly and you do the whole cake like that. Oh, and when you're poking the holes in the cake, make sure you poke them to the very bottom of the cake. Okay, I have my Jello mixture here, which is just a box of Jello, the cup of boiling water, and a cup of cold water. And you just keep mixing it until everything is dissolved. Okay, now when it's all dissolved, you take that mixture and just dump it right over the cake and try to get it in all the holes if you could. And then once this is all done, you put saran wrap over it, put it in the fridge for about 4 hours, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, after about 4 hours of the cake being refrigerated, take your icing out, and then you just frost your cake. Okay, so after the cake is iced, this is what it looks like when it's done. It's a good refreshing cake for the summer, and like I said, if you want to use the orange, it'll be an orange dreamsicle cake. Just use the orange Jello instead of the strawberry Jello, and everything else is identically the same. Enjoy!